we are going to look at developments from 12th to 18th of this month. And like I always say, it's not exhaustive, but anything that comes up within the lag period, we cover it up through releases and statements that we normally issue to you. So we start as usual to take a look at summation and highlights main events that, particularly regarding our main operations, like I said, and I will continue to repeat it, from the Northwest. The troops of Operation Hadarin Daji and other subsidiary operations have successfully sustained their operations in the northwest of the country successfully. The gallant troops within this period carried out a series of clearance operations, ambushes, and area patrols. On the 15th of November, troops of Operation Accord, while on night patrol at Yatasha village, made contact with armed bandits and engaged them in a firefight. During the encounter, 3 armed bandits were neutralized, while others escaped with various degrees of gunshot wounds. 3 AK-47 rifles were recovered during the operation. Same day, troops deployed at Ungwandoka rescued one kidnapped victim named Adamu Yahya. Preliminary investigation revealed that the victim was kidnapped at Ungwan Saida village in Faskari local government area of Katsina State. The victim has been reunited with his family. In a related development, within the period, following credible intelligence on presence of kidnappers in Giring Arawa of Tangaza local government area of Sokoto State, troops immediately mobilized to the village and made contact with kidnappers. In the course of the encounter, one kidnapper was killed in contact with, while others escaped with gunshot wounds. Items recovered include 1 AK-47 rifle, 1 magazine, and 1 motorcycle. Equally, troops deployed at Jibia arrested 2 suspected kidnappers named Malam Ismail Isa and Malam Saile Samaila at Sembe Kolumbo village in Jibia local government area of Katsina State. The suspects are currently in custody for further investigation. Similarly, 1 suspected bandit named Bello Ado from Yagoji town in Kankara local government area of Katsina State was arrested on the 16th of November 2020. He is currently in custody undergoing interrogation. Earlier, on the 14th of November, based on credible, actionable intelligence that suspected bandits invaded Kura village in Bungudu local government area of Zamfara State, troops of Forward Operating Base Kwatakwashi swiftly mobilized to the area and made contact with them. After exchange of fire, the bandits escaped into the bush in disarray and abandoned 2 kidnapped victims named Hajia Sakina and Zaru, who were rescued by the troops. Relatedly, 3 suspected bandits named Abdulmumini Meidoka, Lawal Abdullahi, and Sanusi Abdullahi Jaye were arrested by troops at Majafa village. On the same day, based on credible information also, that a suspected bandit was sighted at Kukasamu village in Safana local government area of Katsina State, troops mobilized to the scene and arrested 2 suspected bandit collaborators named Nura Ibrahim and Abdullahi Yusuf, while trying to escape with motorcycle belonging to bandits who fled on sighting troops. 1 Sabe Ilia from Munia village in Safana local government area of Katsina State was also apprehended while pretending to be a farmer but was identified by locals as bandits informant. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, the emphasis here from our own analysis, which is a fact on the ground, is that, like I said at the last meeting, we are achieving a lot through the provision of information. And this phase of getting, apprehending, and arresting collaborators and bandits is going to help a lot to move us to the next phase of final clearance. Of course, our kinetics combat action, both on land and air, is at a peak into the forests. So what we need to do now, and the public should be made to be aware, is that they should cooperate with us. And we are happy that they are cooperating and is achieving a lot. In that way, we will mop up the people, the collaborators, that give them information when people go to farm, when people are at farm, and we'll be able to ensure that economic and agricultural activities begin to thrive. In the same way, it was more or less like an intimidation by the collaborators. Indirectly, they did not know. Somehow you have a quarrel with somebody and they say, look, before you know it, they will threaten you. And we were made to understand, and we saw it on the ground. After the threat, shortly before that, you know that something is going to happen, something happens, that the people or people involved in such altercation will fall victims of kidnap by the bandits. So the whole thing as it's playing out now, going by our own projection and plan, is that once we get them out of the system, particularly the collaborators, there will be better, life for the people in the whole of the localities around that area. And Operation Hadarin Daji in the Northwest is achieving that greatly. For the air operations, air component of Operation Thunder Strike neutralized several armed bandits in the Kwayambana forest of Kaduna State. The operation, which took place on the 12th of November, was executed sequel to reports that close to 100 bandits carrying high-caliber weapons, mounted on motorcycles, thrusted a large number of cattle and other livestock from Dankolo and Machita villages. The bandits and the rusted livestock were subsequently spotted by a Nigerian Air Force aircraft on reconnaissance mission at Kaboru village, heading towards Kwayambana forest. The air component therefore dispatched a Nigerian Air Force attack helicopter to the location, which engaged the target area, leading to the neutralization of several of the bandits. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, again, like I told us some time ago, our Nigerian Air Force is doing a lot in all these operations. And because of the modus operandi of their own attack and neutralization of taking out the enemies in these areas, we refer to the casualties on the side of the common enemies of this country, the bandits, and even in the Northeast, as several. And like I told us, what we do to confirm sometimes is to send human sources who now go to confirm, and I can tell you and I assure you that actually they are being confirmed. And some of these bandits, the survivors, sometimes they have a kind of recovery system that they pull away their dead. Now, why we don't report that is that the moment you get those pictures, Sani, did you release the other picture from, no, the one that was exhumed from Makodi, from, okay, you send it, but don't send it out. We have several of that. Even between, along Abuja-Kaduna Road, after our encounters with them, you now go and start finding decomposed bodies. That is what happens in the case of the Air Force. When we go there, you see them decomposed, and it is not, good for us, except if we all agree. But I have had occasions where they questioned us. I think earlier on, Ayo, that sometimes you see yourself trying to, to satisfy the yearnings of the general, a percentage of the general public, and you may be offending others. They will take you up. They say gory pictures, all manner of things. That is why, I'm sure that is a summary of it, that we don't go out when we say several, and then we now go and confirm the efforts to give you, because charred bodies, decomposing and all, not good for the eyes. But if we agree, let's continue to dialogue. For you not to convincingly write that this is it, we will give it to you with the agreement that you will not send it out. But that I am not too sure of, and I'm not too confident about that, because several times we may be misunderstood. I, for one, have been a victim, not once, not twice here, that I will say something because of communication gap understanding. It can be misinterpreted. So I don't want us to be taken up. And again, this reminds me, after this, I will now explain that off the brief. one of the reasons why we don't need to give that patriotism and then to protect our corporate and collective image as a people. The gallant troops in this zone, I can say, have continued to dominate the general area with aggressive confidence building and area patrols to deny bandits freedom of action. Thus, the locals are requested to cooperate with the security agencies and avail them with necessary information that will be useful to our collective objective of taking out criminals from the Northwest Zone. Ladies and gentlemen, following closely in the Northeast Zone, several land and air operations were conducted by the Armed Forces of Nigeria and other security agencies with significant results. Between the 12th and 18th of November, our gallant troops adopted sustained vigilance and offensive postures through comprehensive ground and air operations successfully. Within this period, our ground troops conducted aggressive clearance operations and fighting patrols, while air operations include comprehensive area surveillance missions, offensive air interdiction missions, and air strikes. The ground operations resulted in the deletion of some terrorists